All right. It's your man, Sir-Earl, coming at you again. Another podcast. First off, I want to apologize for we were supposed to be doing the Facebook Live posts, answering questions from our Facebook Live audience, and we're not able to do it today. And we probably won't be able to do it until after September. We are really busy with Chie is preparing for a competition, which is August 28th. So we just don't, and we get an influx of a lot of new clients. So we just don't have the time to really kind of sit down and do it effectively in the way that it should be done. So we'll probably just wait till after the show when she's not so busy. So I do want to apologize for that because I've been promising that we're going to bring you guys that, and we are. Probably be after September though. What I wanted to say was we're getting great response. A lot of people are downloading, but I need more. I want to make this podcast the best there is. I need comments. I need you to recommend friends. Also, I'd like more people to engage with me on social media. You can go to Ratio One to One Fitness. That's spelled out RATIOONETOONE Fitness. That's our Facebook page, or you can go to Earl Bell, Sir-Earl. Also my Facebook page. Then we also have Sir-Earl 1, which is the Instagram post. We have Sir Earl's World, which is a Twitter, which is my Twitter. And I want you to engage with me on there as well as, listening and downloading the podcast. It's really taking off and it's really going very well. But I know that as we recommend it and as we go forward and as we make better and more consistent content, that it can be a lot better. And I do like to hear from you guys and see what it is that you guys want to hear or talk about. So with that, I ask you to tune in to our social media channel and leave comments and different things like that. It's just as interesting as the podcast. So the podcast today is titled "Goals. Do You Have Them?" And it goes along with kind of the podcast I did last week, where I talked about enjoying the process. And what I wanted to look at is that in this day and age, a lot of people have no direction. They kind of don't know. They have no dreams. They have no ambitions. So, I wanted to look at that aspect of it, and I wanted to say, okay, if you have dreams, first off, you must wake up every day with an objective. You must be going somewhere, or you just wake up haphazardly with nothing, no direction, no goal in mind. If you have no goal, nothing to see, you're going to hit it every time, and you're going to wake up and you're going to accomplish nothing for that day. So goals are unique to the individual. Goals are just dreams are just broken down into goals, and goals are broken down into priorities that you accomplish on a daily basis. A lot of people believe that goals and dreams, big goals and dreams, are accomplished by the lucky few or certain people, and they're not. It's if you have a goal and you want to save and accumulate, let's say $10,000. Break it down. What time span? Goals are just dream. The dream dreams are just broken into goals. Goals are just plans with a date. And so let's say, okay, in a year, I want to have $10,000 saved in my account for whatever reason it may be. Break that down to how much do you need to put in daily, how much you need to put toward that daily, how much you need to put in the bank or your savings, wherever you have it at. I do mine old school, still in the coffee container, hidden. But what do you need to add to that every week? And if you consistently reach that goal for that week, let's say you need to add $50. I'm just throwing numbers out there, so don't just add it up and then get back to me and say your numbers are wrong. So let's say you need to save $50 every week. Make sure you do that consistently every week, no matter what. You put up that $50. And if you consistently reach your daily goals and weekly goals. In a year, you'll have your big goal. Don't just sit around and I wish I wanna and expect $10,000 to show up. No matter what goals you have in life, they must be broken down and worked on daily. Greatness is small things done every day consistently. And a lot of people, they want these things, but they're not willing to sacrifice for these things. It was the same thing as what I talked about last week on my podcast, enjoying the process. When you dream, my first dream started probably a lot different from a lot of people's. My first dream was to live beyond 16. I mean, where I come from, a lot of people never make it past that age. So that was my first dream. So anything is like a muscle. You utilize that muscle and you keep building it and working on it over and over and over and over. It gets stronger. I have a self-confidence level in my ability to achieve my dreams and goals, unlike most that I run into. It's a reason that they call the 1% the 1%. And people look at, there's 6 billion people in the world and only 1% of them live the life that they want to live. And it's simple. You set your goals, you write them down. Most people, they'll rather keep a grocery list than keep a journal or a goal list. And that's just why we live in a society where no one has goals and dreams. Everybody just kind of wander around and hope things are going to happen for them, and it just doesn't go that way. And so learn to write your goals and dreams down and check them. I have a daily goal list, so every day it may be something as simple as making a phone call or returning an email. But I have a goal list, a little spiral notebook that I write in. And the day before, I write down 5 things that will help me get to my goal. And I make sure at the end of the day, those 5 things are accomplished. It's like if you look at a journey, and that journey is a mile away, or you look at a destination you want to go on, that's a mile away. Well, if you stand there looking, you're never going to get closer to that mile away. But if you start taking steps, it may seem like you may never get there. But if you are taking the steps in the proper direction, believe me, eventually you will get there. What people choose to not understand or choose to understand is the time that it takes to work towards a goal or not work towards a goal. The time is going to be the same. A year is a year. Okay, so do you want to spend a year wishing for that goal, or do you want to spend a year working for that goal? That's what I mean by enjoying the process. If you look and every day you wake up with a goal, let's say you have a goal to lose weight. Well, if your goal daily is to make sure you eat your prescribed meals, only have one junk meal a week, exercise 2 to 3 times a week, walk, treadmill, whatever. If you write that down and you achieve that, I guarantee you will get to your goals a long time before you think you will get to your goals. Because every day you're waking up with a purpose and you're taking one more step towards that goal. What happens with a lot of people is they don't want the sacrifice. They don't want to make the sacrifice of doing the thing that it takes to get to the goal that they set for themselves. That sounds freaking ridiculous to me. You set a goal for yourself. I want to have more money. I want to go back to school and get a degree. I want to lose weight. These are goals you set for yourself, but you're not willing to do anything towards those goals. And then you wonder when a year go by why you're no closer to your goal than when you set it. That's why people set New Year's resolutions. I think it's insanely stupid to say, I am going to wait until January 1st to start doing the right things to get to where I say I want to go. The number one goals of New Year's resolutions is health and wealth. Why would you wait 6 months and then say, okay, I'm about to start my goal? You could be 6 months closer to your goal. If you find something that you want to do, something that you want to accomplish. The best time to start working on it is that day. And, I hear so many people, oh, well, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You ain't going to do shit, okay? Because first off, you started with an excuse. And that excuse was, I'm going to wait to this date to do the things that it takes to get there. And sometimes you hear people talking 6 months out, 8 months out, a year out. Well, New Year's, I'm going to really get going New Year's. Well, if you were serious, you could have started that journey for that goal already. And by New Year's, you could have had that goal accomplished. And then you just go on to another goal. Once you learn how to actually set and achieve goals, each time you build the confidence in yourself to set bigger and bigger goals, and you go about the same process and you achieve bigger and bigger and bigger goals. One of the reasons people don't go after their goals is they're afraid of failure. Well, you never know what you can do until you try to do it. Failures are nothing more than lessons. It taught you a way that wasn't gonna do it. I remember reading a book one time, and they asked Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, which took him 10,000 times to do it. How did you feel about failing 10,000 times? He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that won't work. All you got to do is be right once. And it's amazing to me to see the lack of effort on people's part in life. And that's the reason why there's called the one percenters. They write down, they lay out, and they go about accomplishing their goals. But yet the public thinks, or people think, oh, these people got something special. That's why when I hear that wealth should be distributed equally among everybody, and some people may agree, some people may not agree, but I feel, fuck that. You know what I mean? I don't work 18 hours a day to split my money with somebody that's sitting on their ass 18 hours a day. Get up and do like I did. It's a proven formula. If you want to be great, or if you want to achieve something, look at someone who has done it and do what they did, and you'll get the same results. I write down my journals. I have journals, and I write in my journals. I have a 5-year plan. I have a 10-year plan that's broken down to 1 years. That's broken down to monthly. That's broken down to weekly, and then broken down to daily. And I don't look at the goal that I have 5 years from now. I look at the goals that I gotta accomplish tomorrow, because if I continue to execute and win at those goals daily, in 5 years or less, I'll be where I want to be, no matter what that is. It's one of my goals is to I want to own a lakefront home in Michigan. Anybody that knows me knows that. I've talked about it for 20 years. That's 20 long years. But what have I done? I've learned what they cost, where they're at, how much I got to put down, what my credit score has to be, all those things that will allow me to get it. And I started dreaming about this 20 years ago, and I'm probably a year away from it now, only because I'm waiting on the prices on the housing to go down again, which usually towards the end of the summer, they lower the prices on houses. So I wasn't able to do it this year, but next year I'll be in a position, because I've done my goals, I've done my reading, I've done my research. I know where I want to move at. I know what it's going to take for me to move there. I know in which month I should purchase. I know what my credit score needs to be. I know how much money I need to put down, because I didn't just sit there and wait and then go and say, let me get this house. And they go, no, you need to do this, this, and this. So during the time I'm waiting to make that dream a reality, I'm researching, I'm learning. And sometimes my goal might be a daily goal of just researching where I want to live and how much it's going to take, and all those things. And now once you know all those things, now the picture becomes so much clearer on what you need to do, that when it comes time to do it, you're damn near an expert at it. You know what I mean? You know that they cannot come to you with things that are not true. They can't tell you something that you've not already studied that you don't know. So you don't leave your dreams and goals to chance. You work on those dreams and goals daily, and you will make those dreams a reality. So let's all start setting goals. Let's start making our life purposeful. We were all put on this earth to do something great, and we fallen into this thing of, oh, the rich got it and we don't. No, they work. They work very hard. I know I work very hard and I'm nowhere near rich, but I know I will be because that's my goal. Um, let's start creating some goals. Let's start writing in some journals. Let's start waking up with a purpose every day. It's more meaningful that way when you have something you're waking up for. You never see a plane fly without a map. You know, nowadays they use GPS, but boats, planes, cars, you take a trip, you have something to give you direction on how to get there. Let's do that with our life and start to make our life more meaningful and affect a population of people that also starts to rub off and those people's lives become more meaningful. So let's start working on our goals. Let's start thinking positive. Let's start uplifting each other. And until next week, this is your man, Sir Earl, signing out, saying peace.